Okay, folks, well, here we are with another Halloween wreath. Well, we did a swag the first time, and this wreath will go in the hallway where I have my hallway table decorated for fall. We'll just add this there, and that will cover that for Halloween. And it's really about the only Halloween decorations I'm going to do. Because I've got enough up there already with the fall ones. This is a 1524 form that I got from Craft Outlet. And very honestly, I had planned to make a bubble wreath. And I have 5 Dollar Trees within driving distance of here, and not one of them has the 14-inch wreath forms right now. I don't know why. They have a lot of forms of different kinds, but none the standard 14-inch plain wreath form. So we're going to make a poof wreath with some curls and ribbons. And this is the mesh I'm going to use. Isn't this pretty? And let me see, I have the paper here, and it is number something. Without my glasses, I couldn't tell you. 1 second. This is called Metallic Stripe Mesh. It came from Craft Outlet, and it's item number XB1010-21. XB1010-21, and it is a 21-inch times 10 yards. So we're going to start on the bottom, and I am just going to unroll some of this. We haven't really done a poof wreath in a while with a 21-inch mesh. And it's an easy wreath for those of you who are new to wreath making. I'm just going to push it through the frame to the back side. And I'll take a zip tie. And I just had run out. I don't know what it, oh, there it is over here. And I'm just going to zip tie it to the frame. And I could probably zip tie it to a crossbar here. We'll just go around, and I'm just going around the middle bar here. You don't have to, you can go around any bar. It's just a matter of getting it attached to the frame. And I just lost it. There we go. This mesh, I remember, these kind of metallic stripes like to stick to each other, stick to itself, and everything around it, like it's stuck to my shirt. Okay, so we're going to make 10-inch loops, and an easy way to do that is to, now I'm cutting my raw edges underneath, and I'm going to come out, and I'm going to go past this one over to the next one. Okay, and that's about 10 inches. And let's just see how close I am with that. Pretty close. Then I'm coming back to this one. And I should have opened them. I'll go back and open the rest of them. There's a sharp piece on this frame. Ooh. I don't think it cut me, but it almost did. Oh yes, it did cut me. Okay, so here we are. We're on one. Go past this one to the next one. And that's the 10 inches, and we'll come back. This was really kind of difficult mesh to work with, only for the reason that it wants to stick to everything. There we go. Nice big poofs. Let me see if I can, excuse me, move this over and drop this down. It might be a little easier to handle. And I'm only doing 2 twists because I'm going to add to these areas, okay? And that's the bottom. So now we're going to take it up top. Let me get the top ones open. And we're going to go right here to start with, right above myself. Well, I think I've got two up there. Here I am. But I will come back and end the poof in that same tie, making sure my raw edges are underneath the 10-inch poof. You put your fingers underneath the poof and pull the edges out. What's that? I think I'm going to light this one too, because I bet the lights would really look special on this mesh. They would show it beautifully. And we're having a get-together here next week. And it's only going to be early October, but it will be October. So I will have these up. It did help to drop that down below, but it is still a little tricky to work with. I'm back to the one I started with, but now I'm going to put a poof into it. Wow, 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 wow. That is quite the wreath. And that didn't take long. I'm going to cut this off. Push it down through the frame. And attach it in the back. I've got the, and I have the zip tie in backwards. I would never, ever, ever, ever make a project without putting at least one of the zip ties in backwards. And I shouldn't have done that, whoops. But I didn't have my clippers here. I don't think we'll push this one out. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that something else? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We've got these orange and purples, and I've only made them like 5 inches long. And we're going to do little curls. Now we're going to open up. Let's start right here. I can see this one. Give it one good tie. And then I'm going to take a ribbon. And I think I'll use this polka dot. And I'm going to make those remembrance, the ones that look like the remembrance bow. Like so. Bring this down on the back. Scrunch it up in the middle. And the ribbons I've cut at 20 inches. Okay. Well, let's do one right underneath it so we can get the bottom cut some too. And we'll use the skeleton ribbon. Now, I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking? I think I'm going to put them just in the top, because if I put them all in all of them, it's covering up that pretty mesh that we just put on there, and I really like that mesh. So I'm going to try doing that and see how that works out. We can always come back and put them on here. I really like to see this pretty mesh here. So let's just try doing the top for now. There. And I don't have to do anything with these little ties because you really don't even see them. There, that's the third ribbon. This ribbon was so interesting. On the roll, I missed one here, but I'll put one in. Halfway through the roll, it was wrapped inside out, and then that for a while, and then it came back to being wrapped the way it started with. So it was kind of folded in half. Okay, so anyway,
Huh?
I think just the top will be plenty. I had a visitor. Did you hear him? I had the door shut and he wondered what I was doing. Okay. We got up last night around, I don't know, 12 o'clock, something like that, to see the Weather Channel and what was happening with the hurricane. And unfortunately, it's done a lot of damage, and I think is continuing to do damage as it moves inland. And it's just that after so many years of living in Florida, we still had to check and see what was going on. Of course, we have a lot of friends who still live there, so. And I dovetailed the ends of each of these ribbons. Let's see, let's put another stripe. The Dollar Tree frames that they had out, of course they had the pumpkin frame, which I've used before, but I really didn't enjoy making the pumpkin things on the frame. I made 2 or 3 of them last year. But they had a lot of those bicycle wheel frames, which I think I have one of those. But it isn't what I was looking for. Well, this is really shaping up nicely. Well, I only have one more to go, I think. And I think we'll use the skeleton, because I had orange on both sides. Now, if you were trying to make bigger bows that would stand out a little more, you'd probably cut these 30 inches and not 20. But I didn't want to take away from this mesh because it's so striking. And it just gives it a little something, something. Look at that. So, let me see if we can light this. And I'll show you, it's not that difficult. And you know, these fairy lights have a remote control and a timer. So you do it once and then they will light each time by themselves. There's a little hook here at the top, and I'm going to go through that hook around the frame with a zip tie, and that will hold it. And yet I can still get to the battery door here if I have to change the batteries, okay? So now we'll just flip this around. And the beginning of it is kind of no lights, so we're going to just kind of push that in here. And that's all you do with it, really, is you go around and wrap it around this one. And every so often, for instance, like right here, I'll just loop one of these ties around it, and that just keeps it from falling apart. You don't want to push them down inside too much, although they will light up through the wreath. But you want them to show. And when I get this on the door and we light it, I may very well have to make some adjustments because you can't really tell what it's going to look like until you light it up. And they really don't show up very much during the daytime. I mean, if you were studying it, you'd see the wires, but they're not bad. The hardest thing about working with the fairy lights is they tangle amongst themselves so easily. Just have to fiddle with them. that down in this curl here. Well, that little puppy just wants to pop out. We'll get it. And I'm really back at the beginning here now, so we're just going to see what we can do. Almost. This is so silly when it gets all tangled at the end here. So what we're going to do is just kind of squish them in here. Okay. Onto that ribbon. And I'm going to bring that right into that little tie and hold it there. At the end, I'll tie that one, bend that around so it stays. Okay. We shall see what we shall see. And I still have my little balls here. And I'm wondering if we could put a couple in there. I think what I'm going to do is just use the ties. I have to get, excuse me, my wire cutters. Let's put one down in here. Wrap it. We'll make almost like 1, 2, 3, 4. Aha, 5, 6. Oh, that's one right there. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to go put it on the door and we'll take a picture and see what it looks like. Back in a bit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to a Halloween poof wreath with lights. Isn't that something? And I'll bring you over close, and you can see. Now, this is going through all the cycles right now. I can program it to whatever ones I want, but I kind of like them flashing a little bit. And it's still daylight here, even though it's cloudy. So you can imagine when it's really dark out how this will look. And that's what we're going to do with the swag. So won't that show up nice on the front door? I'll be sure and get pictures of that when we've got it out there. That'll go out sometime next week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. So there you go. Halloween project number 2. Boo on you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Share the video. I'd love to get a few more followers and a few more views. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell. You'll be notified whenever we come out to play. So that's our Wednesday craft day this week. I will see you Sunday for the first Sunday in October. And we will be working on casseroles and crock pots for the month of October. October's good crock pot month, and I think I have 3 crock pots and 1 casserole. So we will have fun with those. Until I see you on Sunday, everybody take care, be safe. If you were impacted by the hurricane, I pray that you get relief from your damage as soon as possible. And I will see you on Sunday. And until I do, everybody play nice now. Love ya. Bye-bye.